Hi there. Have you ever cleaned your bathroom and thought to yourself, could my cleaner be any greener? I know I often have. So, today we will be looking into Greenworks to investigate if this green really works.
Greenworks, shockingly powerful, naturally.
Dude.
Greenworks prides themselves on delivering a natural, effective product without the use of harsh chemicals. They proclaim to use plant and mineral-based cleaning ingredients, which come from biodegradable materials that are naturally derived. They use environmentally sustainable packaging whenever possible, and do not test on animals.
Now that's all fine and dandy, but in order to truly assess the greenness of Greenworks, we have to compare it to bathroom cleaner rival Vim.
Vim. Clean your bathroom with a great streak-free shine. The powerful deep cleaning molecules in Vim Power and Shine quickly lift away soap, scum, and limestone, leaving behind a sparkling clean, streak-free surface. So, to start off in our comparison between Greenworks and Vim, we'll run through the chemical ingredients list. So, Greenworks contains water, caprylyl glucoside, lauryl glucoside, ethanol, sodium glycobonate, potassium citrate, potassium carbonate, sodium hydroxide, citric acid, isopropanol, polyoxyacetylene substituted chromosphere yellow, polyoxyacetylene substituted chromosphere blue, methylisothiazinone. In the fragrance portion, it contains D-limonene and fragrance ingredient, which basically contains essential oils. In Vim, it contains citric acid, water, diproline glycol butyl ether, glycolic acid, disodium dichlorphenyl ether disulfonate, sodium lauryl sulfate, C6 through 10 alcohols, ethylated peroxylated. And in the fragrance portion, it contains chemicals alpha-T-pinyl acetate, dihydromirenol, diproline glycol, eugenol, and sodium sulfate. So, after actually looking into the chemical ingredients of Greenworks, I found that the majority of them were in fact naturally derived, safe for your health, and not too harmful on the ecosystem, with the exception of methylisothiazine, which is a cytotoxin, meaning that it is toxic to cells and can cause inhalation toxicity, neurotoxicity in some extreme cases, and many people are allergic to it. It also causes acute aquatic toxicity, so it's bad for the ecosystem. Yeah, other than that, like ethanol is derived from the fermentation of grains and wheats. D-limonene is actually taken from the oil in oranges. Potassium citrate and citric acid, as you can see by the chemical formulas, are very similar to each other and are also both naturally derived from citrus fruits. Sodium hydroxide we see readily in the environment and is only dangerous to us if we inhale large doses of it or actually ingest it. Isopropanol is another alcohol, and although it may irritate respiratory tract and high concentrations are dangerous, overall, in a cleaning fluid like Greenworks, very not bad for you. Water, we know what that is. Sodium gluconate is the sodium salt of gluconic acid produced by the fermentation of glucose. It is white, tan, granular, fine, crystalline powder, very soluble in water, non-corrosive, non-toxic, and readily biodegradable. 98% in around 2 days. Pretty good. So overall, after looking into the ingredients in Greenworks, it turns out that it is in fact pretty much all naturally derived and fine on your health and safe on the ecosystem. Okay, let's talk about Vim. Unlike Greenworks, Vim contains a lot of chemicals that are not naturally derived. Instead, they are synthesized through a long chain of reactions. For example, terpene terpenyl acetate. Terpenyl acetate is a commercially important fragrance molecule, which is why it is in Vim. It can be prepared from an A-pinene in the presence of an H-beta zoyl catalyst. Now, I don't actually know what that means, but what I gather from that is that in order to synthesize terpenyl acetate in a lab, it requires a long chain of reactions and many materials, and a lot of energy and waste would go into the process, therefore making it non-environmentally friendly and not aligning with the green chemistry principles. Eugenol is naturally derived, also called clove oil, and is an aromatic oil extracted from cloves, so that's good. Citric acid was also in Greenworks, mentioned that, comes from, citrus. Water, everyone knows what that is. Alcohol, ethylated and then peroxylated C6 through 10. So alcohols that are ethoxylated means these compounds are synthesized via the reaction of fatty alcohol and ethylene oxide. There is evidence of acute aquatic toxicity, digestive system effects, and nervous system effects. So that is not great. It is also corrosive and irritant. Compared to Greenworks, which had one chemical that was really not great, I'd say that about half of these are not great for the environment and human health.
Vim has water, first of all. It's got citrus acid. Those are about the only two things that I can pronounce out of the list of ingredients, but I would assume that the rest of them are quite bad for not only the environment, but humans. So would I recommend Vim? I would not recommend Vim, personally.
As we know, a large focus of the green chemistry principles is waste reduction. So what actually happens to Greenworks and Vim at the end of their life cycle?
At the end of their useful life cycle, both Greenworks and Vim will come to the same end. Although made of plastic and technically recyclable, we know that the recycling system is really not the saving grace it's made out to be. More likely than not, the plastic used to make the bottles will be shipped off to a foreign country or end up in the ocean, leaking chemical residue into the environment.
So, to answer the original question of, could my cleaner be any greener? Yes, it could. Although Greenworks pride themselves on being environmentally friendly and safe on your health, they could do a lot better. The manufacturing process, chemical processing, and then the end of life use for Greenworks is really not that ideal. Although, yes, most of their ingredients are naturally derived, to even derive them naturally takes a long list of chemicals and reactions and energy and waste that goes into the process. A better, greener alternative would be to instead reuse a spray bottle, fill it with water and vinegar and maybe baking soda, creating an almost as effective cleaning product with absolutely zero chemical waste that is 100% environmentally friendly and causes absolutely no risk to your health. Overall, I would give Greenworks a 5.5 out of 10 on total greenness. Much better than Vim, which I would give a 3 out of 10, for they do not even attempt to be environmentally friendly.
It's a real shame that we as a society continue to use Vim. Makes me so freaking angry, dude.
And that concludes our investigation of Greenworks.